There's a solution. There was an easy solution to.
Great as well seeing a female actually walking around knowing like knowledge about Call of Duty as well. Like that made me feel happy.
How much that Call of Duty fans drink. If any of you are anime fans.
What?
It was
I thought she was
rubbish.
going to say the best.
It was. I'm pressing triangle and they're singing sea shanties to me, and I'm. Oh my god! Ricocheted! Abby, you've been ricocheted! Abby, you're banned! You're banned!
Hunt, I said.
They look at me like I'm crazy.
Hello and welcome to the Vista. This is a podcast for Noctem creators, Noctem management and special guests to talk games, esports and popular culture. Today, myself and Copyrighted are joined by a potential future host, and that is our newest content creator, AbiCoops.
Hi guys. Hi, my name is Abby. I am new to the content creating stream, really. Just moved over to Kick, and yeah, I'll be hosting over here, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Love it. And could you give us a rundown about your content and the games that you're playing at the moment?
Well, I'm currently a main on Call of Duty. I've just dabbled my feet into ranked, learning how to competitive, learning a little bit from my partner and stuff like that. My content's basically just me being crazy, falling over. 9 out of 10 me dancing around in a banana uniform, like banana suits and stuff. Doing silly challenges like the hot one sauces when I'm terrible with hot foods and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just chaos. I don't think I could actually put a category in what my content is. It's just ultimate chaos.
That's what we love here, right? And yeah, I was watching your stream the other day actually, and you had the toxic waste.
Oh, don't get me started. I can't
hands on them because I never find
right.
Anywhere.
So do you know your corner shops and stuff? So like British UK corner shops, they're always in there, or you can go. I think Tesco sell them sometimes, not all the time. But it started with me drinking Sprite, McDonald's Sprite on stream. As random as it is, I found it really like tangy. I couldn't finish it, so everybody started taking the mick. I'm like, oh, Abby, try these. So I thought, you know what? Go on then. I will. I'll try them. Tried them. Long story short, I ended up actually burning the roof of my mouth with the first one I had. So my chat was like, yeah, let's just keep doing it. So my community loved to bully me, especially my mods. So yeah, it just stuck with me. And it just got worse and worse and worse. But I don't know no end, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny to watch, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy it, just not on my end, I'm not.
Oh god. Right, so onto our first topic, which is the World Series of Warzone. Obviously, Abby, you weren't there, which is unfortunate.
No, I'm so sad.
You watched it from home, right?
I was laid down with a blanket with some Edam cheese with my dad, watching it on YouTube. That is exactly what I was doing.
And what did you think of the event from home? What did it look like? Did you enjoy watching it?
Honest opinion, it was laggy. I don't know whether or not it was the thing or the stream itself, which you're going to expect anyways, but I found it quite glitchy. The setup, I don't know, because obviously with me not being there, where the players actually were, found it, and this is just me being straightforward, I found it quite boring. I didn't feel like it was appealing to look at from being actually seeing it at home. And especially when it was panning to the audience and stuff, I feel like they should have done that a lot longer. Rather than having a quick flash, then going straight back to the game. It's Call of Duty's community. The event only happened because of the community, not just about the players as well. But don't get me wrong, it was all I enjoyed it, and I wish they looked at some other players rather than focusing on main gulags and stuff like that. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I guess from our perspective as well, Copy. I'm not sure. I don't want to speak for you, obviously, but
can always speak for me.
There was quite a lot of what's it called? Not the best observing. Obviously, it's an incredibly hard job, right? But especially with 150 people there, but there was quite a lot of fights that you'd start watching and then they'd turn off.
Yeah, Game 4 specifically, I think there a lot of it. There was 3 or 4 times in a row where a gunfight was going down, then we just switched to a gulag, And I think there was a couple of teams that actually expressed like some concerns that their players hadn't got any screen time at all. So it was just like the main like 10 squads getting the screen time rather than anyone else. And to be fair, I don't think that I saw people like EU Ghost or Spaz, you know, some of the people that come through EU challenges, we didn't see them on screen once.
No.
Which is, you know, disappointing, especially in front of the EU crowd. And even Lennon, I don't think Lennon got that much screen time either, and he's a huge name.
Yeah,
but
strange one. And
just my opinion.
Yeah, of course. That's the whole point, right? It's good to have an opinion. And like obviously when we were at the event, when I'm at the event, we were at the event as well. The spectator side wasn't fantastic. Like it was the same. I went to Apex Legends Split 2 playoffs in the same place, and I thought that was better laid out in terms of like where the TV screens were and stuff. Maybe I'm just like misremembering it, but there was quite a lot of people that complained about like if they were sitting in the VIP seats, which are right at the front, like they have neck ache because they're just staring at the screen like that the whole time.
It was terrible.
Was there like a
terrible.
board? Like the people who sat at the front, I thought they were like on what I saw on YouTube. It looked like there was a board in front of him, so people who obviously maybe a little bit smaller, they had to like stand up or like, but then they get shouted at from people behind them. Like, was it like could you actually see the players, or was it just their team name in front of him?
No, that was the problem. They were like really like encased in it. Like you couldn't see the like you couldn't see that. You could see the top of their head, but if they had like a team jersey or something, you couldn't see that when they were sat down.
Yeah, but what if they had like sponsors and stuff like that? Did the team?
Well, this was like one of my biggest concerns and something I ranted on while at the event. So you've got players like Aiden under New York, Crowder under FaZe. I don't know if they're directly for the Warzone, but they're under these orgs, right? And there's no branding on the boards, like no jerseys, nothing on production. So what does this say for? No, nothing. So none of these players were like. It was just Team Jukesy, you know, not that they're under anyone. So what is the point in an organisation spending money like to send these players to give them salaries to make, you know, so they've got some sustainable income? There's nothing. There's no point in these orgs getting involved in Warzone. It's just sad to see, but it's just Call of Duty again. You know, they want to charge £25 million for a spot in the big league, but then they don't want to have any growth for the smaller orgs to then, you know, eventually replace some of these teams that we're seeing step out of the CDL. It doesn't make sense to me. But I don't know. Everyone we spoke to as well, they weren't like, this is just a one-off. This is just like their vision for Warzone and Activision in general.
Is it like that at every like event? Like where they have like so some events actually have like the branding and logos on as well?
Yeah. So
well, it would be. So it wouldn't be Team Jukes. It would just be like Noctem with the logo next to it.
Yeah, so like...
Oh wait, it wasn't actually the team. It was actually the player's name.
Yeah, so there's like the team captain.
Oh.
So like, yeah, there was. I know, like for example, we're quite friendly with the people at the Criminals org, right? They picked up a team for the Warzone event and had their jerseys. They looked sick, but then, like once they actually sat down to play, like one, I don't think they got any screen time, and two, like, you paid this money to pick up this squad to give you some exposure for your sponsors and partners who pay the bills, and yeah, it was nowhere to be seen. Like, unless you got like a winners interview or knocked out early interview or something like that, where Frankie's walking around and interviewing people, which I think she's done a great job, by the way. I think it's like,
she was amazing. I think she was great.
Yeah, and I mean, it's so awkward anyway, right? Like,
I couldn't do it personally, but I feel like it's great as well seeing a female actually walking around knowing like knowledge about Call of Duty as well. Like that made me feel happy. And I don't know if they do that usually, but seeing a woman looking as pretty as she did as well, walking around talking about COD, I don't know. It made me feel happy. Did that?
And like, I mean, I really enjoy Frankie's interviewing anyway. Like, I've watched like League of Legends and Counter-Strike where she's there. It's nice to see like a familiar face. So like, even if you're new to a game and a new esport, you've got a familiar face there, which is something I like. Amazing. Any last thoughts on the World Series of Warzone before we move on? Oh, that was the other thing I was going to say actually. In terms of like venue, I think for Apex it was okay, but for Call of Duty, I don't think they realised how much that Call of Duty fans drink, because not all the bars are open, and like it was like 25, 30 deep at every bar, and that's not my vibe.
I don't think they realise how much college. Yeah, you want to know why we drink? It's because of the game.
There's a solution. There was an easy solution to this, right? They had canned drinks where they won't give you the can and they pour it into a cup, which was taking the time. The same as Birmingham at Apex Champs. Just give us plastic alcohol bottles that they'll supply to you anyway. Why are you buying cans in? That's what they done at Apex. Yeah. You know, here's your bottle off your trot. Like, it's so simple. What are we doing? Just give us alcohol and plastic bottles. We don't need much. We don't want a can of Strongbow. It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
There'd be a whole huge thing about it being plastic, though.
No one minded Birmingham and we didn't have to queue for a beer. It was like, you know, you're in, you're out. We missed an entire game queuing for a beer.
Literally.
Oh.
It was that bad.
An entire game.
And then, like, it didn't help that there was a guy in front of us, and it wasn't his fault. It was his mate come up and was like, "Can you order another 8 beers?" And you're like, oh, "Come on, you're taking the piss." Like, that makes the queue longer for everyone else. I'm like, yeah.
The customer was pouring his own beer. Do you remember? He was pouring his own beer to speed up the process.
What?
He's paying £7 for a pint and pouring his own beer out of a tin. It doesn't make sense. Oh, I don't know. I've no idea. Shambolic.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So I think thing to remember: freeze hard then before you go.
Yeah, trust.
Yeah.
Was there any fights actually at the thing? Like, was there any like quarrels or arguments?
Not that I saw actually.
Because I think that'd be a big thing, especially with people drinking and that competitive thing. I would have thought there would have been a couple of fights.
It was.
But if there hasn't,
it was quite a friendly atmosphere. Apart from, like, you know, you get like the ones that I feel like this is an issue in COD as well, because it's such a household name. You get people that just sort of turned up that play COD once a week, and, you know, sometimes, you know, they're there for a bit of trouble, a bit of drink, but that was about it. But other than that, it was like pretty welcome. I thought, like, no real issues. The staff were lovely as well.
Yes.
Like, the actual staff on the day were outstanding. Props to them.
You made best friends with all of the security people as well.
The security firm, unbelievable. Like, top tier. I don't know if it's because we have VIP passes or what, but honestly, like, they were generally so nice.
One of them
And
took my
I think everyone's
business card of mine as well. Like.
He did, yeah.
That's what you need, though. You need that security to be nice. That's because, you know, you feel safe type things. And that if you have that nice thing with it, with the like the bouncers type of thing, everyone's going to be happy because no one's going to want to like piss them off.
I think that sets a tone as well. Like, your first impressions on, like, even when you go out in general, right? If you go to like a pub and the bouncers outside, like, on one, you're like, your back's up a bit, but, you know, if it's welcoming, friendly, like, you're like, oh, this is going to be good. Everyone sounds.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed myself. Just as I think Warzone in general, to wrap it up, is just not the most viewer friendly, especially with the Signal 50 meta.
Yeah. September to December game releases. So, like, traditionally, this is like the best period in the year for games, especially as far as I think so. So, single player games that are coming out: Assassin's Creed Mirage, Spider-Man 2, Lord of the Rings Return to Moria. That's like a survival crafting game apparently in the world. Sword Art Online, if any of you are anime fans. Oh, okay, and
no. I've watched about 3 animes, that's about it.
And then Avatar. And then in terms of multiplayer games, obviously Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Football Manager 24.
Yay!
X-Defiant, the Call of Duty killer. Forza, and obviously EA FC releases this week as well, which is the new FIFA. So I probably know the answer to this already, but what are you most looking forward to?
If you want me to be honest with you, I'm looking forward to X-Defiant, COD, obviously, but it's going to be more of a DLC. But I'm really excited for Assassin's Creed, mate. I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. Yes, I have been since I was a kid. It's like since the Ezio like collection, I've been a big fan. Never made one as good, I think, personally. And everyone might hate me for saying this. I can already see the comments now. I think Black Flag was rubbish.
Yes! What?
It was rubbish.
I thought she was going to say the best!
It was rubbish! I don't want to hear it.
I thought you were going to say the best. No. I was on board. You said the worst.
It was rubbish. It was
Oh, I've
rubbish.
lost full.
Oh, you know what? I can see him unfollowing me
No.
already. No, but
No way.
you know, Valhalla, I bought the collection, I bought like everything like that. I played about 3-4 hours of
Oh.
it. I got bored.
Oof.
I don't like all the new Eagle stuff. I don't like it. No. I want to go back.
What was
I
wrong with
literally
Black Flag?
What was Black Flag? Why was it released?
What do you mean? Didn't you like the ship fighting in it?
No,
Oh,
because
it was the
I got
best.
seasick. I've got vertigo. And I've got these ships going left and right and not knowing what to do.
From a virtual game.
I've got I'm pressing triangle and they're singing sea shanties to me, and I'm trying to like rugby tackle
Oh.
people. I don't know what's going on. All right, no, but I am excited for like for the new one. I'm like proper hyped for it. But I think COD is a DLC. It's the same game. I think personally from what I've seen. But X Defiant, I don't know. You know, I played the beta. Looking forward to it.
Copy's not a fan.
No, but I am. The skill. I've heard that there's no skill-based matchmaking on it as well. With this new X Defiant is what I've heard, and I feel like that might. No, but bear in mind though, copy. Everybody in the COD community wants no skill-based no skill-based matchmaking, and they're offering it. So I think a lot of people are gonna go give it a go.
I think it would get.
They'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think it would get old pretty fast. Like, especially the people that think they're good at the game, and then like the reality is going to set in that they're actually the ones going like 2 and 38.
I think, don't get me wrong, I won't stay on X Defiant. I know a lot of people that are thinking about staying on it for content reasons, but I'm addicted to COD. I've got an unhealthy addiction, so I'll be straight back on there, and I know that for a fact.
Come on, copy, give it to us.
What I'm most favourite for in September?
Or fight back, mate.
Oh no! Like, my favourite thing has got to be Avatar, right? Like, can't wait for that. Jokes, Modern Warfare 3, give it to me now, give it to me tomorrow, give it to me forever. Get me off Modern Warfare 2 and get me on Modern Warfare 3.
Do you actually hate Modern Warfare 2 that bad?
Modern Warfare 2, right? I got slandered on TikTok, I'll get slandered here. It is the worst Call of Duty we've ever had in terms of competitive. The worst Call of Duty ever. I would rather play Ghost and Advanced Warfare for 5 more years than spend 3 more months on this game. This game is horrendous.
That's saying something.
But I've not liked competitive COD, to be fair, right? Since the whole squad spawn system's come in, right? I'm a boomer. I like traditional spawns. I like cutting off the lanes. I don't like all this. But this game, Mikado, right? Perfect example. Could be a fantastic competitive map, I think. Instead, they're like, let's stick 7 hard points on it when we've never had 7 hard points on a map ever in competitive COD. Then we've got Hydroelectric, right? Which could be a good map if you took out the water outs. But they're like, no, let's just cause some chaos. Let's just throw some mixy water outs in to let Hydra go rogue in. What is the point? I do not get it. What are we trying to achieve here? And then they're like, red dots? Oh, do you like red dots? Now we're going to take them off the minimap too, mate. You don't need them, do you? Like, what have they given us? I could go for hours on this. I am not happy. Get me to Modern Warfare 3. Give me my red dots back. Give me some good maps that hopefully they do not butcher. And we're going to be good. It's going to be a great year. They're going to give us great challenger lands, great support into the challenger scene. We're going to see an EU event. Everything we want's going to be there.
Keep dreaming.
And I can only be optimistic. I can only be optimistic.
Keep manifesting it. We've got this. Use the secret. We've got it. No, see, I agree with the red dots. But this is my first COD that I've played like competitively. Every other COD, I've just been a spray and pray like type of thing with a couple of my friends coming over from school. This is my first COD I've took seriously, and I do agree with you. Like with the water on the map, what was I thinking?
I think that's the problem, right? Is anyone that started playing comp in the last few years, probably like Black Ops 4 after, like my opinions and like other people that have been playing for a while, like they're completely different. You can't really compare them. They're probably like, oh yeah, this is sick. Like I'm cracked. But like,
I can't give my opinion where it's due because I don't know enough about it. That's what I'll say. I can't complain about something, like what affects the whole community because I'm new to it. This is my first COD doing it. So to me, it'd just be personal preference. I do think the maps and the rotations and stuff like that, I'm still learning them. But like you said, with the water and stuff like that, and you've got people like holding it like with like, is it Vaznevs and stuff, like holding the corners and you can't do anything anyway. It's like, right, and you just know you're just going to give up halfway through that rank match? Or is that just me?
Sound EQ. Like, hello?
Oh.
Like, what are we doing?
I've just changed over from PlayStation 5 to PC, like, recently.
It's crazy.
It is insane. I can hear somebody breathing, like, behind me.
Trust me,
And it's like,
actually,
what? And it's like, I was playing with a couple of friends, and I went out and went into his PC, and it was like, what's going on? So I was on my partner's PC, and I was like, what on earth? Like, you can hear people on the other side of the map. I can't even hear myself reload all the time. And you're wondering why PC players are absolutely, like, doming on some console. It's insane.
it's not fair.
It's not.
It's
not
fair.
fair. I do
But
use it, but
could have
it's
been good.
unfair.
This game could have been good if they would have listened to feedback and actually implemented stuff that we asked for at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
It could have been good.
Right.
Like, the game, take everything else, it moves quite nice. It feels quite nice. The gunfights are fun. But everything else that comes with it is just
Okay,
ruined
I'm
it.
going to throw a spanner in the works, yeah?
Go on.
What is wrong with them testing something out for a year, like the devs, testing something out for a year to see how it works? Like, obviously, there's certain areas of the community that are a lot more vocal than others. But, like, what is wrong with them testing it out over a year for things like red dots, right? All right, I'd prefer having red dots on the map as well, but, like, what's the harm in trying? Like, an extra hard point. Like, okay, it just adds more challenge to the game, I guess. Just another rotation that you got to remember. Like, from a developer's point of view, obviously I'm not a developer, I don't know, but do you think they've used it as like a data point, so then in the future they can go, we definitely should do that? Because, like, you think obviously the loudest voices in the community are always going to be like the pros, the like competitive players, and the players that want the nostalgia is the way I think about it, right? Like, everyone always thinks that prior CODs were better after the new one comes out. Like, that's just a cycle we go through, right?
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I'd rather it was the same. There's only like 5 or 6 hard points, but, like, I also think it's good to try things, right? Because otherwise you're always going to be like in the same place. And, like, everyone says that COD's dying and COD's boring and stuff like that. So why not mix things up a little bit?
All I'm going to say is Modern Warfare 2 is the trial for the next COD. All I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what the developers have done. They've tricked us. I know we were getting that 3-year or 4-year gap or whatever it was until the new COD. This is it. This is the trial. This is a 2-year gap. And I'm believing that because it's a joke. That's how I see it.
They sold us below par Call of Duty by ripping off the most well-received name in the franchise, Modern Warfare. And it was, I think, after Vanguard, where it was 50-50 in a lot of people's opinions, it was probably just acceptable. And one of the worst we had to date. They had to deliver. And to me, the last time you start taking away stuff that people clearly aren't going to like is when you need to deliver something. And I don't know, they just don't care. It really seems like they don't care, but they're giving us it back apparently, so we'll see. But what I see for the new game, I like it, but this is hard, right? Where we got burnt last year. We got burnt this time last year. Is it going to happen again? I hope not. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with trialing stuff for sure. But I think when 80% of people then come back at you 3 months later, you should probably change it. And especially when you've got a £20 million league going on. And they're saying we don't like it.
Yeah.
Openly.
I also think
are any league...
Go
on.
I was going to say, like, I think there's also, like, a way that you could have 2 separate games slightly, right? So, like, you could have a competitive side as well as, like, the casual experience as well. Because I think ranked players themselves want a specific set of circumstances, especially if you get into the upper echelons, right? That's a big word. As well as, like, the CDL side of things. But, like, I think you can have a slightly different game. Why not?
I agree with you. Like a different, like, little format, different rules type. I agree.
And
why they can't do that?
Yeah, I don't know either. But I guess it's like if you're a casual watcher and then you start or casual like Call of Duty player and then you start watching CDL, you don't want that difference to be too big because otherwise you'll start getting confused or like not enjoy it as much. It's like
I've had to learn COD completely. I've had to learn COD all again. Me changing from as a casual player as well. So I do get what you mean. And coming from someone like that, your point's already been proven.
But that is something they've done fantastic this year. Is rank play and implement it into new people like Abby, getting a lot more new people involved in the scene.
Sure.
But that is why it hurts so much. Is that they then don't give us the support in comp that we feel like we should have.
Do you know what I will say though? I think the thing that hurts that the most is they take fucking ages to implement the rank system every year.
Yeah.
Because it came January this year? Or was it February?
It was with season 2.
Like that needs to be. You think if X Defiant,
Season 2 reload?
Yeah. So like, if X Defiant is having ranked on release, okay, like they are different games. Like, all right, there's a lot more movement supposedly in X Defiant, and like from the beta, that's what I saw. But then if you've got ranked and you're gonna have like all of those competitive players having that itch, are you gonna still be running around on like Rust? I don't know. Like,
I think
the old maps like being remastered is great, but I think that's going to lose its like appeal after a while.
Yeah, I think they have 4 weeks before people get bored between camo grinds, just the dopamine of playing the game. I think they have about 4 weeks to drop rank play.
Yeah.
But it should be on release for me. But I understand the waiting period to find out what the comp players, what they actually want, what should be banned, what shouldn't. Finding out the meta, I get that. But this year was way too long. And games we haven't even had it, and they've given us a league play. That's not good enough. But
I didn't
give
even
us
know
this
there was a
rank
ranked
system
thing.
sooner on the next one. Yeah. Give us this rank play on the new COD pretty quick. I think most people will be happy.
I think
But the SR system's weird.
it needs to be on release, I think.
Yeah,
You
I agree.
think?
Yeah, because like there's people like me, right? Like I literally don't care about camos, right? Like so I learn the maps and then it's like, okay, like what's next? And then like on my free time I'll go and play FIFA or something instead. like or X Defiant if it's out. Like there's
Challengers kids want it straight away. They want to get straight into the comp. Like they want to hit the ground running. So for sure it should be there. But I guess this is where, to counter what I said before, is that they should probably have these pro players in the facility a month before the game's even released, finding out what probably is going to be meta, getting to know the game, or maybe a couple of weeks. Don't let them play at home. Don't let them get too far ahead of everyone else. But have someone there to give you feedback on what's probably going to be banned in comp and what's not, and then release ranked on release. But
Do you think they're going to listen to us then when the beta comes out?
nope.
Like when the beta's actually out? Do you not?
This is why I don't understand why we had a beta last year. They didn't listen to a thing we said.
No.
It's a beta not for feedback. I don't understand it.
They use a beta as like a marketing tool, 100%. Like,
Yeah, it's just to get us to pre-order it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
We're all going to buy it anyway.
Yeah, I know. We're sat here complaining, but we know we're going to buy it. I've got to get it twice as well. So I'm getting it on PlayStation and PC. So,
Yikes.
oof.
Ooh.
I need that cross-play off if I'm going to be playing ranks. With the cheating as well on the new COD, they were already selling like cheat packs and stuff. I've seen it on Twitter. They're already selling like new cheater packs and stuff. I was like,
this is the issue. It's the same engine. The cheats are probably going to work on the beta. The coding language is all going to be the same. It's the same engine, so
yeah, we'll see.
They're going to have a field day.
Yeah, I see. I know somebody who knows somebody who's also a streamer. They got hacked by somebody. Something to do with their PSN account or something, and they ended up speaking to somebody on online. They were saying it was to do with the person in their lobby, and what that person had managed to do was figure out their IP address and stuff like that, and actually log into the things. I don't know how true it is, but do you reckon that they're going to be able to do that in the other COD? Because I saw it all over Twitter. That
you can do that anyway in any game, any voice chat, whatever you're in. Grab someone's IP address very easily through command prompt. But in terms of like logging in through someone's account for an IP, that does seem weird. I don't even know if that's possible, to be honest.
But let's just hope the Ricochet that's in Warzone that seems to be doing okay is actually put into the new COD and not just pretend it to be.
we don't talk about Ricochet with me.
Warzone, it's there. It works sometimes, but multiplayer is just off. I don't know. I don't understand why.
I vouch on that.
All right, guys.
There
Let's move on. And Abby, you actually pointed out a good point there. Copy. Have you seen anything that you love on the content side of things this week?
Oh, there might be one little thing that I might have seen.
I wonder what.
Some plonker got themselves shadow banned on Modern Warfare 2 this week. I wonder who that could be, Abby, eh?
I wonder who. I absolutely.
You want to tell us about it?
You know what? The game probably realised, oh my god, AbiCoops is getting killed. Oh my god, what is going on? She's defo cheating. Oh my lord. No, sound EQ and I've been learning the game. That's literally what's happened. So, I've been playing ranked. I was playing against cheaters about 3 days ago. And they were cheating. They had walls, they had aimbot. I somehow managed to beat them, right? It was a control. I think it is. We captured A and B flat, whatever it is. I was doing that, and somehow I managed to still beat him. And they said to me that I was cheating. So one guy on their team were like, oh, I sell these cheats. I'm going to check her on my software. Oh, she's not cheating. So he ended up coming into my stream whilst I was streaming and was saying, oh, this isn't it. He went, oh, they all mash reported you. I was like, it's all right. I will get reported because, anti-cheat. No, I'm not cheating. Second day, so day before yesterday, I was playing S&D and a group of people not liking me carrying and stuff like that. On my team, bear in mind, said they were mash reporting me. Thought nothing much of it. Went on to Warzone after that game. Running a couple of games with my partner and my friend as well. Absolutely popping off in ranked bronze lobbies. Great. Get down to the last person. I'm shooting the last person. I get disconnected. I'm thinking, oh, the game just crashed. And then my mate Will is screaming down the mic. I've got a clip of it. Oh my god, ricocheted! Abby, you've been ricocheted! Abby, you're banned! And I'm like, no, this cannot happen to me. There's people I'm playing with. If anybody knows who Shazaminator is, I'm playing with him. How's he not been shadow banned? And I have. So I'm like, what is going on? I end up like, I'm completely in despair. I'm like, this is my content. I have a complete wave of emotions. Like, yeah, that's play the game no more. Shit, I have an addiction to the game. What am I going to do? Go onto online, have a look. I've been banned. All because I was absolutely popping off over the last couple of days. This is with me spending time on the game and learning how to actually do things, getting a couple of kills, carrying a couple of lobbies. I'm banned. Yet people are infinite sliding around the map, infinite dolphin diving, shooting me through the walls with signal 50, unranked of all places as well, in every single lobby I'm in. But no. Abby gets banned. Me, who's rubbish at the game. Me. I'm not having it. I'm falling out of COD because of that. But yeah, I ended up begging my friend to use a Steam account, but we're not going to talk about that. We ain't talking about that. It's just unfair for people who use it for content and stuff like that. People who actually don't do it, but they ban people like me, and they ban other accounts. And there's a lot of other players out there who get banned, but they don't ban the people who are doing it visibly, and people are reporting them. But because the report system's that rubbish and the anti-cheat's that rubbish, it does make people think, well, what's the point in playing? What's the point in getting good at a game? And I'm not saying I'm good, right? But what is the point in getting decent at a game if you're just going to get banned? That's my input on it. But yeah, shadow banned. I want my account back, please. Please, I love your game. Anything I've said in the podcast is not true. I love your game. Please have my account back.
AbiCoops is boxed up. Boxed up to the full.
Honestly.
Right. Next one, off-season. How do you feel about the esports off-season? Quick, 10 seconds, because we've already been running for a very long time.
Quick, 10 seconds.
Go on, copy. 10 seconds, go for it.
The esports off-season possibly feels like the longest period of my life ever. I feel like I've been waiting 2 years for something good and enjoyable to come out and something to grind. Lord May, November 10th. Hurry up. Thank you.
There we go.
Okay, now we've got esports news, and this is just some cool stories that I found today. Shout out Esports News UK and Esports Insider. So number one, this has been quite popular on Twitter, but Carmine Corp. So Carmine Corp sold out an event in France for 30,000 people to watch esports. And honestly, go and watch your videos after this. It looks incredible. And then they announced that they're building their own 3,000-seater stadium that they're going to have all of their games shown live in, which is like incredible, unheard of for esports. And like, I think it's important to like point out that they have a huge fan base, especially in France. Massive. And like having that many people in like a live venue for esports regularly, I think is like blows my mind.
Well, is it the French Prime Minister or whatever? He's like so open on like loving esports that they've grown to like the biggest esports country in the EU, right?
Yeah, and like,
wow,
it's nice to have like that level of support from people. Whereas I'm not sure Rishi would be shouting about it, but you never know. Maybe one day. And actually,
he's a big COD fan, I've heard.
Is he?
Yeah, he was
no, I'm open to though. We need someone to save us.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it actually leads quite nicely into the next one, which is Jeremy Hunt. I said. The Chancellor of the Exchequer was at Insomnia.
Oh wow. Was it?
Yeah. Yeah, he was watching some Valorant, I think.
Oh god.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Insomnia not the Apex champs?
Yeah, I know, it's strange, but I guess like Insomnia is more about like UK esports, right? Rather than like a worldwide event. But maybe it was
maybe he didn't get the memo. Who knows?
I generally think it's good for the greater ecosystem of esports in the UK that like he's showing up for these events, but it also feels like a big PR exercise to try and get the younger voters on side. But okay.
No, yeah.
We'll take anything around esports, to be honest, if he wants to do it for the votes, you know, albeit.
They've started
we'll take all the eyes we can get here.
Yeah,
they've started teaching esports at like colleges and things. My brother, I've actually been talking to the teacher. I'm hopefully doing an apprenticeship thing with him. They're actually teaching it for like sixth forms and colleges and stuff, and it's like a 3-year course, like 2-3-year courses. Mint. It's absolutely mint.
So like Staffordshire.
Oh, my uni does it.
Yeah.
It's insane. So,
I think there's a couple of others as well. So like, Chichester Uni does it. R2K is like a senior lecturer there who's been in like esports for years and years. Like he's been around since I was playing, and that was before I was playing, and that was probably like 13 years ago. Yeah, crazy. I think it's great. And then you've got people like Stallion who are going in to teach part time as well. Who's a content creator for Fnatic. So.
Fnatic are going off. They're cool. I've seen them.
It should only keep getting bigger though. It should just keep getting bigger and bigger. But because I feel like there's such a big space in the UK in general for esports growth, probably one of the biggest in any country. Because I feel like the majority of people here have no idea what esports goes on. Like there's still people I talk to, a lot of people that I talk to, and they look at me like I'm crazy. There's like 4,000 people went to the Copper Box to watch COD. Like, are you off your head? There's organisations, there's players earning hundreds of thousands of pounds. They just have no idea. And it blows my mind that something that's been here for 10 to 20 years now, that it's just like swept under the carpet.
Yeah, crazy. I'm hoping like it just continues to grow. I think there's lots of good ideas and lots of good people out there. And like, from what I've heard from some uni students, the esports courses haven't exactly been the best yet, but I think it's just like anything, right? You're always going to have teething pains, and then hopefully in the future it gets better and better, and then we just get so much talent coming through the pipeline that, yeah, who knows?
We can hope for the best. It's what we can do.
But even like the Stallion thing with it, is it Nottingham University that's got him on? If I've got that correct, that spending money on someone that has good knowledge in the scene makes sense. Go get someone that's actively in it, knows a lot, and let them teach the young'uns and be a winning formula.
I guess it's always the balance, right, of having like people who can teach and people that are in like esports and gaming. And does that crossover happen? Like, there's lots of good orgs doing lots of good things out there. Like NSE's doing great stuff for grassroots esports as well. Yeah, love it. And actually, perfect little caveat here. NSE have teamed up with Uni Days, so obviously Uni Days is huge for university students, like Abby. And yeah, they're teaming up to help with university esports ecosystem as well. So more great news. And then there is one bit of bad news. I don't really want to end it on that, but ESL national leagues to close, including UK and Ireland ESL Premiership. So that is
Really?
Yeah. So like Insomnia, we watched some of the Counter-Strike there. That was the finals of the ESL Prem for UK and Ireland, and yeah, a few days later they've announced that they're closing it down. Sad.
Was there a reason for it?
New game? My question.
No, not from the article that I read. It was more like there's still opportunities here, and we're trying to work on like a more open system so everyone can compete at the same time. But I don't know how it's going to work. Although Team Endpoint, they're doing a Counter-Strike LAN at their facility later this year, so it might open up more opportunities for like third parties and stuff to run tournaments. So good and bad.
Good and bad.
I'm not against it.
Yeah, see what happens, right? You never know, they might come back. And the last thing that I had on the list for today is A.O.B. So any other business, is there anything else you'd like to talk about, rant about, big up?
I'm just excited to see the growth of this team, That's what I'm excited for. I'll tell you that right now. So we've been talking for a little while now, and I'm ready. I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, us too. I think Copy's been here for like 3 months now, and I think it's been boiling for a while.
It was longer, right? I think it's even like because I was a bit like Abby, right? Like here, but not officially here.
Yes.
Not officially here.
Yeah. We've been cooking for a while.
I know, I've been terrible at keeping secrets, and I feel like I've been lying to everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't.
Like, you've done well. No,
my
I'll just send it straight to someone.
My moderators, right? I've been like, no, I can't tell you what's going on this weekend. So I've been like hinting and stuff. So what? I'm hoping this is being released when it's announced. I'm presuming now. Shaz was streaming. I forgot he was streaming. I read something. You're like, I need to end my stream now and now delete my VOD. Thank you. I was like, I'm so sorry. So yeah, thanks. So thank you for deleting your VOD and keeping my secret safe because I'm terrible at keeping my mouth shut.
I mean, I'm excited to have you on board as a fellow content creator, to be honest.
Oh,
I'm looking forward to working with you. It should be good. Bring the energy.
I know. I'll be wearing my banana outfit next podcast.
Have you got the giant banana there with you, by the way? Because I just found it hilarious that.
With all my names on. Yeah. So I do this every month. Oh, my lights are changing now. I do this every month. But I have a banana outfit. I don't know where that is. I think I actually threw it. I need to buy a new one. But yeah, I do a dance around. It's my light one I like focus on. Yeah, I dance around in banana outfits and everything, mate. It's great. And the amount of random stuff that I wear on stream is, I don't know, it's unreal. But yeah, you have to stay tuned for a bit of that.
Do you have like stocks or like part ownership in this inflatable banana company?
You know what? I don't, and that's actually a good point. The amount of money I spend on these inflatable bananas is unreal. And the amount of pens as well, like Sharpies I go through writing people's names on is...
Oh, they're not cheap either.
No, they're not. I'll tell you that right now. No, they're not.
So Sharpie, if you sponsor this podcast, we'd love to have a discussion about how many Sharpies you can send to Abby, please.
How many bananas I need, please.
Please.